Alright, we should be live. Hey, this is Lord Magicus, and we're going to play Merfolk in Modern once again. So, give me a second here, and let's get this nonsense set up. And then we will get started in just a moment.
Please take the time to visit podsurvey.com/peasants to complete a short.
That is not what I'm trying to do. Here we go. Copy. Send this out. Alright. Awesome. So link is out there. Good. Excellent. And while we are at it, that there. So, yeah, if you guys like memes and merfolk, then you should absolutely follow me at Lord Magicus on Twitter. See, we got all the best merfolk memes. How to beat Grim Lavamancer, Lord of Atlantis, Ticking Vial up to 4, Simian Spirit Guide. Oh yeah, I love this. This one is great. This fish is so raw. It's still giving other fish +1/+1 at Island Walk. Yeah. Now follow me on Twitter if you you like merfolk shitposting, because that's pretty much what I do at the moment. So in the meantime, let's get in. Let's look at our deck here. Mostly we're gonna play the same thing here. I'm gonna keep the 4 spreading seas because after having double Tron last time and hearing that Tron is continuing to be more of a presence, I definitely want the seas to slow them down. However, the other change we're going to make is we're going to play with some Ceremonious Rejection in the sideboard because I really want to be able to beat Tron. So we're going to come prepared. Ceremonious Rejection is definitely a very good tool against them. Makes it a lot more reasonable to start playing spells, because you have a 1-mana counterspell. Even if they get Tron, you can still deal with anything they got. I mean, some of the stuff like Ulamog hurts a little bit still. They still get to exile 2 permanents, but at least for 1 mana you can counter anything important in their deck. And it's not useless against like Affinity. If you're going to be on the play, you can bring it in. You can counter Cranial Plating with it. Yeah, Hardened Scales, it's fine. Like, countering Ballista is always good, so I think it'll be okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We got our alcoholic beverage as usual. So, yeah, let's just jump right in. Hey, what's going on? We're gonna start here right now. One thing I do want to mention is that Merfolk is not the only thing that I do on my channel. It just happens to be the thing that I've been doing lately because this is new and I'm trying to get into, or I'm trying to work out like the best way to go about doing this. So there's lots of experimenting. If you may have noticed that, yeah, no, here we go. The stream quality, I've been experimenting with that, and I think I got it to a point now where it actually looks good after it's submitted to YouTube, so that's a plus. But at some point, I will show off Modern 3-land Belcher, which is the other deck you might have noticed. We're going to keep this as fun. And I will probably, I don't know when exactly, but this looks like Death and Taxes. Alright. We will be looking at doing some some version of Doom. Like, I don't know if it's going to be Brutal Doom or Project Brutality, but that's probably the next game I'm going to play. I don't think I've played it in my channel yet, so... Alright, so let's look at this. So we ended up losing a die roll here, but our hand was fine to start with. We're up against Death and Taxes. Let's see which version of this deck it is. Oh, this is a blue-white one. Alright. Yeah, cool. Blue-white Taxes. So, yeah, this Wizard's Retort is not going to be particularly great because of the Aether Vial, so I'm probably just going to jam Silvergill Adept. But let's attack first. Make sure he's not going to vial in any nonsense, because now we can still threaten to adapt Biomancer if he does. Sure. Alright. Let's get you out here. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. Get. Okay. Alright. Eldrazi Displacer. That does not make me happy. That card is really dangerous for us. However, the good news is he doesn't have any colorless mana to use with it right now. Let's see. We can't... I don't think double blue is particularly relevant to anything. What I think we're going to do this turn... We can't attack into this. So, let's play Silvergill Adept. And then we'll play Vial, and we're not attacking, because this is... we can't get through that yet. 2 mana, I don't... You can't... Vial on 2, I don't think can do anything to this. Because I still want to get this out before like something like Spell Queller's online. Because my feeling is that this is playing Spell Queller and probably Deputy of Detention in the deck. Okay, come on. It's just a little old Silvergill Adept. There's nothing you have to worry about. I still want to get this Vial out because that way we can start playing around the Spell Queller if he has it. We can just put this in play with Vial next turn and that's fine. Okay. Leonin Arbiter. I need to not get in the habit of F6ing a turn when there is a Vial in play. That's very dangerous. So the other thing though is if he has Ghost Quarter, and like I don't think he's inclined to even try to strip mine us because we have Vial and 3 lands, and he also needs the colorless mana for this Displacer pretty badly. So well, I am inclined to try to trade a Silvergill with this. I don't want to take too much damage, but if he has a path, I don't want to double block and then have one thing get pathed and then just end up losing the other, so I will trade with 1 creature, but I am totally fine with just taking 3 for right now. Now, he does threaten Spell Queller here. I mean, he could put another Leonin Arbiter in play. Thalia is fine. I'm not particularly concerned by that. Okay. Yep. So here's the thing. I don't really want to put Master Waves out right now because, well, let's see. If I put it out now and he paths it, that's really bad. But this Wizard Retort is going to cost 3 mana to keep up. So we can actually, well, we have the option of putting Biomancer in play, and we can adapt one. Or actually, we could actually just violin this one and end up adapting both of the Biomancers at the end step if he doesn't do anything. You know, I'm probably okay with that. And it does mean, however, we're not in a position to attack. If we're going to do that, we should adapt this one now, because maybe there's a... Well, if we play a Lord, it could bait out a path, which would clear the way for Master of Waves. But yeah, this Retort is definitely on. It's a 3-mana spell right now because Thalia. He could attack. I think that I'm fine with just waiting until his turn to make any decisions. We're probably going to discard the Spreading Seas to a Biomancer. And I don't want to cast spells right now because Violent 3 likely means either Spell Queller or Deputy of Detention, and I'm not really excited to see either one of those at the moment. So, Master, yeah, like, I don't have any protection against Deputy either. There's not much I can do about it. But I can force him maybe to hold up the Deputy in his hand until I put this in play. That's possible. But it does mean we're not attacking. However, we might be inclined, if he attacks with Displacer again, if we want to bait out the Deputy of Detention, we have the option of putting Biomancer in play and adapting both of them to try to double block it, and then that should bait out some removal from him. It could be that would be an okay exchange because Master of Waves is definitely worth more than like 2 Biomancers. Alright, come on. What do you got? Show me something. Oh, please, don't do this to me. I don't want to sit here forever. He's only got 2 cards in hand, and so we have 5 cards in hand right now, and we're gonna trade. We're gonna trade this Seas for something a little bit more relevant because he already put 2 Hollowed Fountains in play. If we're lucky, we can draw like Lord of Atlantis off of this. We're not gonna attack. Not inclined to do that at the moment. However, we are definitely going to a Violin, Biomancer, and then adapt them. Play to land. Be interesting if he attacks. Okay. We won't block the Thalia, but I am willing to block Eldrazi Displacer. Let's use Aether Vial. Yes. Okay. We will adapt this one first. If we draw a land, we'll throw away a land. I think we'll throw away land. Oh, yeah, we're definitely getting rid of Seas. And so what I guess what we should do now is declare blocks and then do this one after blockers, because it's more likely that if we adapt it now, then he can just exile it in response to the adapt trigger. But he also looks like maybe has Restoration Angel. So now if he if he were to like put in, you know, Deputy of Detention and exile this, at least we can still get another adapt trigger off of it. So block, block. And actually, if he just passes and doesn't do anything, I'm also totally cool with the cards I have in hand now that I would like to trade this. So if he passes priority, I think I'll just go to damage, but if he tries to remove one of them, then I'll just adapt the other one. Because next turn we can tick Vial up to 2, and we can put Lord in play and maybe Master Waves or maybe Biomancer. Let's see how attached to this thing he is. Sure, that's fine. That looks like probably Flicker Wisp. Okay, Flicker Wisp is fine with me. So, whichever one, if he hits this one, I'm just going to adapt it now. He's going to hit the one that's already adapted. Alright, sure, let's do this. Yeah, we don't need that. Sure, he gets to eat one of these. The cool thing is, though, we put Flicker Wisp in play, which means Master of Waves is and Lord of Atlantis will probably be fine. We can Violin Lord, play Master, and get a bunch of Devotion, and let's see what his last card is. If he ticked Vial up to 4, maybe it's Restoration Angel. Yep. Okay, yes. They're Vial. So let's pretend it's Path to Exile. We can put Lord in play and attack. Well, here's the thing: if he puts Restoration Angel in play off of this, like before combat, that's not as bad. So I think I'm going to do this first. We're gonna put Master Waves out and see what happens. So worst case, he can resto the Flicker Wisp and like exile Lord until end of turn, and then eat one of these in combat. But we'll still have a bunch of tokens to like try to kill him with. Okay. So what's your last card? Tell me. Is it a good one? If it's Path, it's not an easy choice. Like, both of these are really good targets at the moment. And if we get to untap with Wizard's Retort, we get protection from Path to Exile. So Path is really only good, like, the next turn. So, no, it looks like it's Restoration Angel. So he's going to Resto, Flicker Wisp. He will exile the Lord and probably block Silvergill with Restoration Angel, and he probably won't block this at all. But it does mean he's got a pretty decent attack next turn. Why are you... Why? They have Island Walk. You can't block that. Why would you... That was a mistake. You can't block these. Okay, well, that was definitely a pony move. Yeah, Resto does nothing with Thalia when you have Island Walk, so... If he doesn't draw a path this turn, he's ridiculously dead. I guess Deputy of Detention would still be good, but that's probably the only thing. Damn it! He top-decked a path! This guy is very good at Magic the Gathering. Alright. I think, yeah, you just attack with everything here. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Even if I blocked something here, I don't think it would matter because we'd still be taking 8 damage. So if we... How does this work here? We'd be taking 6, 7, 8, which means we would go to 7. So we wouldn't die to 2 flyers, but on the other hand, like, our board still likely isn't going to be good enough to kill him afterwards. He has no cards left, so he's at 12. So we have 8 power in play right now, right? Well, potentially 8. We could be 9, 10, 11. It's not enough to kill him. So we need at least 2 turns in order to win. So next turn we can play Biomancer and adapt them both. Yeah, I think, but we're also going to have to block 2 things. So because there's no way we can kill him next turn because this can only be 3, 4, and 4. We have to block Lord of Atlantis in this so that way we can only take 6 from the flyers. This still gives us options. Like if we have another Master of Waves, then that's probably fine. But I mean, he had to draw exactly Path that turn to realistically have a chance. So because he drew Path, like, yeah, he's good. But alright, Island is not great. Let's adapt this one first. We will definitely discard this Aether Vial. Yeah. And we play Biomancer. Adapt it. Unfortunately, we really needed that card first. Because it doesn't do anything now. If it was the first card that we drew, then we could have actually played it and then had a good block for next turn. We only have 1 turn to kill him, and we're going to have to block 2 things, and then no matter what, we're at 1, and we don't have any way to deal with these. So we have lost this game. I don't want to show him any more cards in my deck. Unfortunately, he had exactly 1 turn to top deck a removal spell, and that because he had 0 cards in hand, and he managed to top deck it on that turn. So there was nothing we could do about that. Alright. Yeah, we just want some more interactive. Dismember will be good. Yeah, the Cryptic Command is not terribly great, but we don't have a whole lot that's much better than that, so... Actually, you know what? We can take out 1 Spreading Seas and we'll bring in 1 Cryptic. That's fine. Let's submit it like this. This hand is kind of poor, to be honest. I mean, it gets to 4 mana, but the 4 mana doesn't cast Cryptic. I don't think that we can win with this. This is actually somehow worse. Alright, well, we're going to lose game 2 because the Shuffler hates us. This is also equally unkeepable, I think. Yeah, we have to mulligan. Alright, whatever. We lose because of the Shuffler, I'm sure, but... like, a single Path to Exile is just going to be game over. Yay, losing to mulligans! Alright, well, do what we can, I guess. Just... I don't know, maybe this is fine. I mean, if he paths 1, that sucks. I feel like that's what's going to happen. He didn't play anything on turn 2, and his deck has lots of 2-drops in it, so... yeah, there's Path. Yay! So good at this game. This is how the game is really played. Alright, oh, I should not have played that island. That was a mistake. Are you gonna Spell Queller it now? Sure. That's fine. He's got literal everything again, so... Cool. Can you remove my other lord? Afara, god of... Okay. If you had another creature enter the battlefield under your control last turn, draw a card. Okay. I don't want to actually adapt this yet because we really need to do more with it, but I'm totally going to attack him for 6. The extra 1 damage does not matter this turn. There's no card I would rather have instead of the Lord. Alright, do what you're going to do. Play another Path to Exile, please. Show me that you're amazing at this game. That's actually better. Fantastic. So good. Yep. Alright. We lost here. Our opponent had, like, fucking everything. And we just, like, got totally screwed on a mold of 5, so... Well, whatever, we'll adapt this. There's like no way that we can come back from this. We're taking so much damage. Like, is it 4, 10, 12? Yeah, you know what? We're done. We're not winning this game. We're not gonna waste the time. Top deck Path with no cards in hand in the first game, and then second game we just mulled the 5 and had a completely shitty draw against his actual, like, interactive draw, so... Magic's a game, sometimes that happens. Sure. Yeah, we'll keep this. This looks promising, but only really if we draw more lands. But even if not, like, holding up Spell Pierce is not the worst. Oh, no. But this, so, what did he exile? He exiled another Gemstone Cavern, okay. So this could actually be the Turbo Eldrazi deck, and if it is, then this Spell Pierce is totally useless. But that means that this Aether Vial is going to be good. Yeah, this looks like Turbo Eldrazi. This could be Red-White Prison, but I think it's Chalice. No, Desperate Ritual. Legion War Boss on turn 1. Alright, dude, sure. You're fantastic at this, I guess. Alright. You got like a turn 1 War Boss, that's great. I'm happy for you. It makes a 1/1, and it, yeah, well, that means that it's gonna attack like that. Okay. No, well, we can't afford to not play creatures on the board at this point. I will 100% trade this Mistcaller and Biomancer for this War Boss if I have to. And we just gotta live long enough to get Master of Waves online, and then maybe we can have a chance, but he's got 3 cards left, but who knows what they are. If he attacks with War Boss, then we can trade with it and hopefully not die. We'll be taking 3 damage a turn. If we can draw more lands, that would be great. This does not look great. Blood Moon? Legion War Boss. Okay, there's no fucking way we're beating that. What is this nonsense? Like... there's nothing we can realistically do about this. Like, even if I trade these two, are taking 4 damage this turn. I cannot beat a turn like 1 war boss into a turn 2 war boss. That's just not realistic. Why are we even playing Magic at this point? Alright, whatever. Sure. Spreading Seas is useless. Now I have to kind of trade this Lord of Atlantis with this Legion War boss. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to end up dying again. Because we're going to take at least like 5 more damage next turn. And Snaring fucking Bridge. No. Get that shit out of here. This is okay, so this looks like the red-white, what is it called? Like Sun and Moon? It's a red-white prison deck. I don't even know how we get out of this. Like, there's nothing that we can, like, draw because we're going to take 5, and then we have to take, like, another 5, and then a Master of Waves isn't even good enough. Alright, well, we have to put Lord in play and block this because there's no other way. We're dead if we don't. We have to tick this up because Master of Waves is the only way we even have a chance. Alright. We don't have any 3-drops in our deck. At least we'll get a bunch of tokens off of Master next turn. I don't know, maybe that'll be enough. What, do you get another bridge? Or you have another Legion War Boss? Chandra? Is that 4 mana? Yeah, okay. Cool, man. You have a Chandra Torch of Defiance. You're gonna go, like, double Legion War Boss, Bridge, and Chandra? Like, how the hell are we supposed to deal with this? So we take, what? 2, 4, 5, 6, and then Chandra kills us. Alright, we lose. We're done. Unwinnable. Nothing we could do. Choices don't matter. Alright, I guess we need Cryptic, we need Echoing Truth. Apparently we need Dismember. Spell Pierce is fine. What do we take out? I guess Vapor Snag could be poor. And Mistcaller is poor. We gotta take out one more thing. I kinda wanna keep the Wizard's Retorts as well. Spreading Seas actually is not great. You know what? I don't like the idea of Spreading Seas whatsoever. Well, so here's the thing though, like, it's a very all-in deck on its lands. That's so rough. I don't think Seas is going to be that good. But, alright, we'll do it. We'll just take out one. Alright, let's play. This is not amazing. We can't even cast Silvergill Adept. We have to mulligan that. Alright, sure. I guess I'll keep this. He kept 7 cards. That's really bad for us. Tonight is just not our night. Oh, we can't seize him yet, but we can have Trickster up in case he tries to, like, Simian Spirit Guide a War Boss or something. Maybe next turn we can Spreading Seas the Sacred Foundry if that might hurt him. I'm gonna Ritual or Spirit Guide out something. Chalice on 1. Chalice on 1's fine, actually. Chalice of One does not do anything. And here's the thing, Spreading Seas turns off his red and white mana with this. So if he doesn't have another land to play, then this Rugged Prairie is going to be terrible. What are you doing? There's nothing else you could be doing this turn. Like, I don't even if you had like Spirit Guides, you're not doing anything else with no mana untapped. Unstep, yeah, we will flash in Trickster. We're gonna hold up Spell Pierce. Well, no, we can't because of Chalice. So in that case, it doesn't really matter. We'll just Spreading Seas here, which means Biomancer and Vials are all dead, and Spell Pierce is dead for the time being. All right. Yeah, this is fine. Next turn we can play Lord, attack with Mutavault and Trickster. If we're lucky, his third land will be like Gemstone Caverns. Alright. Tell me... Oh, no, he has a mountain. Shit. So his mana base is online. Chandra? Lovely. Boil! He just destroyed all our islands. I got fucking boiled again! That's the third time in 2 months! What is happening to my life? Oh my god. It's traumatizing. These are... This is all Phoenix's fault. Everybody hates Blue-Red Phoenix so much that they're just starting to play stupid cards like Boil. And now Mutavault, like, Mutavault did not get destroyed by Boil, but now we're going to still be mana screwed because, well, he blew up his own Sacred Foundry. That's kind of neat. Because we did turn it into an island, so he had to lose a land of his own for that. But we can't actually cast any more spells because we don't have a second blue source. You know what? It might actually be time to just put Wonderwine Hubs back in the deck. This is just too stupid. There's too many boils. And I'm sure that Choke's not far behind it. Good. Are you going to play Chandra now? Is that what's happening? That doesn't look great. Yeah, okay, cool. I assume you're not... Oh, no, okay, so you're going to trade Chandra with the one Trickster. That's fine. Alright, well, I guess we're killing Chandra because we have nothing else to do at the moment. Can't play any of these lords until we get a second blue. Oh my... Modern is so dumb. This is ridiculous. Why is Force of Will not in this format? Force of Will needs to be in Modern Horizons. That's just all there is to it. There's way too many stupid decks that just do degenerate nonsense that need to be policed by like Force of Will and Wasteland. Good. Play another Chandra. Then why not? Chalice on 2. That's fantastic. I guess this Mutavault's just got to get there by itself. So we can cast Cryptic Command, Dismember, Wizard's Retort, and Master of Waves. Except that we don't actually have any lands in to cast any of these spells with. We need to get... Cavern of Souls has got to come back into the main deck. There's too many of these stupid cards. Alright, if he draws nothing but lands, and as soon as he plays a creature, we're screwed. Or if he like Stone Rains or Blood Moons us, that's also terrible. If he just plays Simian Spirit Guide, like, we can't beat that. What the fuck is going on? 5 mana? Is this 6? Tell me, double Legion War Boss, is that what's happening? Because I'm going to concede if that's the case. No. Alright. Simian Spirit Guide. Oh, God. We are so ridiculously fucked. How is this even real life right now? We got Chalice in 1, Chalice in 2, and fucking Boil. Alright, no, we're dead to this. We're not ever beating that. Concede. Alright, cool. So, that was amazing. Alright, we're going to take a quick break here. I will be back in about 1 minute. Cool. Alright, let's suck it up and let's get back into this. So, our Magic Online gave us probably one of the roughest starts we're going to have in quite a long time, but that's fine. We lost to a top deck, and then a Mold of 5, and then against Prison. Yeah, we just got turn 1 Legion War Boss, turn 2 Legion War Boss, and then we got Boiled and Chalice in 1 and Chalice in 2. Those are all perfectly reasonable things that our deck could surely beat, I'm sure. The Chalice on 1's not a problem, but on 2 it is a huge issue because then Echoing Truth is offline, and that's one of the most important things. And he's also an Ensnaring Bridge deck too, so like even once Chalice in 2 comes out, he wins any long game by just casting Ensnaring Bridge. It turns off like 90% of our deck. That's just brutal. It might mean, however, that maybe Cryptic Command has to, as much as I like Cryptic, maybe we have to play more stuff like Mutavault. This hand is total trash. It has 5 mana sources and only 1 creature. This is fine. We can keep this. Keep that on top. Alright, what do you got for us? This looks like this could be Grixis Shadow, maybe a burn deck. Alright, let's see what you have. This looks like maybe a Grixis deck to me. If it is Grixis, then what we want to do is get as many cards in our hand as possible. Reveal Lord of Atlantis. Alright, that's fine. Okay. Yep. This looks like Grixis Shadow. He's definitely looking to put a Death Shadow in play as soon as possible. The Spreading Seas on the Blood Crypt will probably be fine. Sure. Oh, he has two. Oh, okay, Double Shadow. That's a really tough start. All right. So how do we beat Double Shadow? Excuse me. All right. So let's see. We have the option of, if we attack him for 2, then he's hitting us for at least 6, and it could be more than that. However, I'm totally fine if he wants to trade a Shadow with the Silvergill Adept. He's got 4 cards in hand. If he has like a push, that's really bad. However, if we can get like Lord at the end of turn and then like untap and put 2 more Lords into play, or even just like Trickster and then putting in 2, maybe 3 Lords next turn, like that could actually be fine. He's at, I think I want him at 10. That's a very dangerous game to be playing, but I don't think we have an alternative, so I'm not really inclined to play Spreading Seas. If he plays like Temur Battle Rage in one of them, then maybe I will Trickster that guy. But no, well, that's actually really bad, because no, it would still become a 13-13, so that's actually almost worse. I don't want to Spreading Seas the Blood Crypt, but at the same time, like, I don't know what else we can do. I think we have to, because this might keep him from casting Battle Rage. It also gives us a chance to draw another island. I would love to pay 1. Okay, good. So now this means next turn we can actually put 3 Lords into play. So let's attack him. Sure, that's fine. We might be taking a lot of damage off of these things. I mean, if he has Battle Rage, then we're probably just fucked anyway. There's not really much we can do about it. So, I think the only way we realistically win this is if he doesn't have, like, removal spells in his hand. So we only go to 12, so that's fine. We have the option of Trickstering one of them. Tassiger. Okay. So let's think about how this can go right for us. He's at 9. He has 2 cards in hand. There's a very good possibility one of them is Fatal Push. If we put Trickster in play, the only way that we can win with Trickster is by putting all 3 Lords in play. So I don't want to attack him any further than he already is. I think I'm more inclined to just put Lord of Atlantis in play, see if it eats removal. And then we can put Trickster in play, and his turn tap down one of his guys. Hopefully only go down to like 8, and then still have, you know, double Lord and maybe another spell to do something. Because we're not going to win next turn. Attacking him is probably not going to be helpful. If we draw like Wizard's Retort, actually, that would be fine. No. Okay. That's actually really good. So let's play... So, alright, let's think about this. We can Trickster down a Death Shadow, and we can block 1. If he has removal, we can counter 1 removal spell. But actually, I don't even think we need to counter removal, because the only thing we have to counter for sure is Temur Battle Rage. And if he doesn't, so we're definitely going to play Lord of Atlantis, and then we can, well, we don't have to play Lord right now. We can actually hardcast Trickster and hardcast Retort. But the thing is, if we cast Lord of Atlantis and then Vial in the Trickster, that gives us the option where we don't have to Vial in Trickster. We could Vial in another Lord later. If I attack him for 3, it puts him to 6, so this becomes 7 power. So then he can also then maybe fetch and shock himself. Let me think about that. Well, if he draws a fetch land, then this could go to 7 anyway. But no, if it goes to 7, that's fine, because 7 plus 4 is only 11, and that's actually not enough. Then the only thing we'd lose to is Street Wraith, and I'm fine with, not playing around Street Wraith here. So yeah, we're going to probably cast Trickster and Retort this turn, and we will Vial in a Lord at the end step, and that should be enough to kill him. I mean, there's a possibility he's just going to Fatal Push one of our guys, but I will counter. I really want to wait until he goes to combat and see what happens first. Okay. So we will Trickster, we'll tap down a Death Shadow. I don't think he's attacking. If that's all he's attacking with, he's going to die. We're not blocking that. So in step, we Vial in Lord of Atlantis, and then... okay, then we just win. He's dead. 1 removal spell is not going to beat this Wizard's Retort. So right now, this is already lethal in play, so we'll just make him play a spell first. Alright, we win. Finally, we get a match that's actually, like, winnable for us, so... Alright, we want Dismember against this deck. Vapor Snag is fine, Spell Pierce is fine, Mistcaller, we don't need that. Wizard's Retort is okay. It's not amazing, but it's not the worst thing in the world either. Do I want Echoing Truth? Actually, I kind of do want Echoing Truth, to be honest. I don't feel like I really need or want Cryptic Command here, especially if he's a Stubborn Denial deck. Spreading Seas is not really that amazing. Like, sometimes it's okay, but most of the time they already have islands, and it's really hard to mana screw them. I'll just, yeah, so also Relic is probably fine too. I'll take out 2 more Spreading Seas. Alright, I think I'm good with this. Submit. This is rough. We've got tons of interactive stuff, but only if we draw another island, and I don't think we have any reason to think we will. This is not much better, but I think we still have to keep it. We'll put that on top because we need to keep creatures. Alright, well, he did not Thoughtseize us in turn 1, which makes me feel better. The Spell Pierce will be live. So we're probably just going to sandbag creatures for a while until we can actually protect them. Oh, is he? He's on a 1-lander. Okay. So that really makes me incentivized not to. So I'm gonna play Island. So that turn next way. That way next turn we can play Lord of Atlantis and then still have Spell Pierce up for a Fatal Push. We kept an incredibly ambitious 1-land hand apparently. Oh, that's actually even better. So we'll play Mutavault. We're gonna play Aether Vial. And we're still going to hold up Spell Pierce. Then we threaten Master Waves at some point in the future. If he's going to try to go for like Liliana the Veil, that's not going to be a winning strategy. He's going to have to discard. Alright, this is fine. He discarded Snapcaster Mage. This is good. What, his hand must be like all removal. So, if he discarded, like, Snapcaster is one of the best cards for him to discard. If his hand is all removal, then there's no... I don't want to attack this Mutavault into it because that's just encouraging him to use his removal. Let's wait until we can assemble a winning board. I want him to tap out for, like, Liliana the Veil. Alright, so he's got something. What are you going to do? Steam Vents. Sure. So he must have just drawn the Serum Visions. Or for sure he would have cast it before. We'll play this game really patiently. Alright. So he can still... you know, I'm inclined, I kind of want to Spreading Seas the Swamp. That way... how do I want to tap this? I guess we'll tap it like this in case we need to cast like Merfolk Trickster. That way it keeps him off of double black so he can't cast like Liliana the Veil. But I feel like, oh, that's actually good. That's great. I really want him to use this Scalding Tarn before I put Master Waves in play. I don't want him to have any uncracked fetches for his Fatal Push. Alright, let's see, what do you got? If it's Gurmag Angler, that's not enough. Inquisition kind of sucks. So, I don't want him to take Lord of Atlantis. I'm fine if he takes anything else. Alright, now he can Inquisition. That's totally okay. And if he tries to bolt the Lord, we can Echoing Truth it back to our hand, assuming he takes the Spell Pierce. I think he'll probably take Dismember. It's also incredibly likely that he just has a bunch of Death Shadows in his hand. So he took Dismember, so it makes me feel like maybe he's on like a... He's got like Tassiger and Gurmag, or maybe Death Shadow. Okay, no, I don't want to take it up just yet. I don't know if I want... Well, yeah, I don't think we need to play the island. Let's let him sweat a little bit, maybe think that it's a good spell. So if he has Death Shadow in his hand... this is rough. Actually, you know what? No, what we can do is we can play Master of Waves and then play Echoing Truth if he does something with... if he tries to kill, like, Master of Waves. Because now we're threatening to kill him in, like, one turn. What do you got? A Braid. We We can actually use the Echoing Truth here, or we could use the Spell Pierce. I'm inclined to use the Spell Pierce, though he might just have, like, Liliana or something. Yeah, you know what? If he goes, like, Liliana or, like, Kozilek's Return, we might need the Spell Pierce. You know what? That's fine. You can kill that. We're still going to have a ton of power in play. We got to hold up these spells because he has a lot of really dangerous 3-mana spells he can cast. And that was just pure bait in order to get us to tap out for the Spell Pierce. Alright. So it's not a fetch land, so, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Trickster is actually really good here, because now he can Trickster his Death Shadow and attack him for a ton. So it's 3, 9, 10, 11. Well, assuming we do it on his end step. I still don't want to... I don't want to do it now, because there's a possibility if we just attack and then he blocks with Death Shadow, he has a Revolt trigger to kill Master Waves. I'm not really okay with that. I don't think we're in a need. We don't need to attack just yet. We can still wait a little bit. Because I still want to be able to have Echoing Truth to protect Master Waves. I'll flash in Trickster in the end step and tap down Death Shadow. Sure. Yes. You have, like, Stubborn Denial now? Well, you still can't Fatal Push Master. Lightning Bolt. Okay, that's fine. Oh my god, is he dead? Let's see, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not enough to kill him, but it's pretty damn close. So I think we'll attack him with just the elemental tokens for right now, I think. That'll put him to 8. Then we still have Echoing Truth and Spell Pierce up. And, well, do we want him lower than 8, actually? We could put him... We can attack him for 6 if we want, but I don't want to expose the Mutavault yet. It's still incredibly likely that he has a bunch of removal spells. We'll attack him for 4 and put him to 8 life. If he tries to go for a kill with Temur Battle Rage, we have Echoing Truth to try to bounce it. We're not going to block. Alright, that looks promising. That's also a mistake. I think if he was going to do that, he should have did that when he attacked. Because then he would have gotten an extra damage. No thank you. I would like that to be in my hand. Alright, you really want to Fatal Push this thing. That's fine. Okay. So put a Lord in play. So this puts 5 power. If we draw a Lord, we can kill him and we have Spell Pierce backup. If you try to bolt Lord... Yeah, okay, well, I'm definitely going to counter this. So do you have Stubborn Denial? Is that your last card? No. Okay. If we draw a Lord, he's dead. Alright, he's dead. Alright, we win. That was pretty easy. I mean, it doesn't always go like that against Grixis Shadow. A lot of times, like, he had a pretty terrible start. He didn't play a land in turn 2, and it looked like his hand just lined up really awkwardly against what we were doing. So he had a very slow controlling hand instead of a fast aggressive one. And like we can win slower matches against them because Island Walk's really good and so is Master of Waves, but when they have their like really fast starts, it can be really tough. I think it's slightly favorable to us to play against Shadow, but not like enough that I would be writing home about it. We win more than we lose, but it's still pretty close to like, I think it's like 60-40 tops. It's not more than that. Fatal Push is still pretty good against their deck, and yet there's a lot of cards, like if they have like Liliana the Last Veil, or Grim Lavamancer, or even Kozilek's Return, or Engineered Explosives, they're all fine. Alright, we lost a die roll, so we'll see what we're doing now. This is a really dubious hand. He mulliganed to 6. Well, we'll get to draw a card off Spreading Season. We're on the draw here, so we might draw another creature, but at the same time, we may not. We could just easily flood in this, but yeah, I think we have to have more pressure than just that. Oh yeah, this is much, much better. If we find another land, we'll put it on top. Trickster, no, we need to get to 2 mana, I think, so we're going to put that in the bottom. It can be really tempting to keep those hands. Alright. I believe we've seen this deck before. This is, I believe, Panza. No. Oh, fuck. No, this is Amulet Titan. All right. So now we're kind of in trouble now. Yes. All right. Well, we're gonna hold up Trickster and Spell Pierce because if he plays Azusa, then we can always Trickster after the first one. If he plays an Amulet, maybe we can Spell Pierce it if he doesn't play a land first. Nope. Alright. He's good at this game. That's fine. If he plays another land, we can just trick... Well, here's the other thing, like... No, we're going to Trickster this thing now because I don't want this to get too far out of hand. Because that way we also have Wizard's Retort up as well. So he can't play any more lands this turn. So he only has 4 mana and he can't actually cast anything else now. Amulet Titan is not a deck I'm ever happy to see. This deck is incredibly good against us. Requires the player to be very competent, though. Let's see. I really would like to draw another land, so I kind of want to play the Silvergill Adept. And then we have to keep up Wizard's Retort and Spell Pierce, I think. So let's see. Do we draw a land? No. Mistcaller is not useful at all in this matchup. So next turn he can get Titan out, so I really need to keep up Wizard's Retort. The worst thing that could happen is if he plays like Cavern of Souls Forest and then Primeval Titan. If he plays Summoner's Pact, we can Spell Pierce it, and that's still fine. The Spell Pierce is starting to lose value very quickly. Actually, if he plays like Walking Ballista for 2, I think we have to counter that too, because I don't think we can beat that at the moment. Alright. Amulet of Vigor, yeah, that's fine. Yep. Gonna play Primetime. If your plan is just use the mana to cast Titan, so this will be his 3rd land drop for the turn. Summoner's Pact. Well, I don't think he has another land drop yet, so sure. Right? Or actually, no, he does. Okay, never mind. So yeah, we're gonna definitely Wizard to Tort this, because now he still has to pay the 4 mana for Titan next, or for Summoner's Pact next turn. So let's see. He still has Simic Growth Chamber in his hand. So I'll just bounce the Forest. But it's unlikely he can play another Titan next turn. Ah, fuck. They have it every time. This is what I mean, like, Titan is just terrible for us at the moment. Well, he's got a... oh my god, this is so incredibly frustrating. The Spell Pierce does not help us when we have 2 lands, so I guess we're attacking. Alright. And then we're going to just play like Mistcaller and Biomancer, because he's going to have to spend 4 mana to not die to Pact, and he has to spend another 2 if he wants to blow up our 2-drops. But this makes it so hard. Alright. Oh, we are in such deep shit right now. Yeah, the fact that they play like 2 of the 3 cards we lose the most to, which the trifecta of fuck Merfolk, Ensnaring Bridge, Engineered Explosives, and Walking Ballista. They play they play into Explosives and Ballista, so 2 out of the 3 of the most dangerous cards for our deck. Shit's rough. All right. You're not going to take damage. Oh, you have to do it now. Well, that's a mistake. Well, he didn't block, so, Alright, well then we're definitely going to Violin this Lord here. We're going to adapt this guy. Alright. Don't play another Titan, please. That looks like a Titan. I don't think that we are going to beat this. Nope, Walking Ballista X equals 4. Fuck my life. That's actually, like, worse. Oh, he's just gonna burn it now. Alright. I don't think that was a good plan to do that. Though, the problem is he can untap and, like, it's just so dangerous for us now. Vapor Snag is not going to help us all that much here, because he can just add 2 counters to this Ballista, so that sucks. we might be in a scenario where I want to encourage him to use this ballista, so I want him to like block with Azusa and ping it or something. However, if he puts 2 counters in ballista, then I'm gonna force him to actually use it, because then when he tries to kill Lord, I'll Vapor Snag it back to my hand, so he actually has to burn the 3rd counter to kill it. Oh fuck no! Please, please, no, 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 no. So he's got, yeah, he can very easily pay for the Spell Pierce. And, like, the Spell Pierce is not enough interaction at this point. Like, the Vapor Snag is more important. We kind of need him to go for it this turn. Because then maybe Vapor Snag back to his hand and, like, I don't know, there's a draw where, like, Spreading Seas into Lord of Atlantis can theoretically kill him. But it's asking quite a lot. Sure. However, I am totally inclined to let him try to tap out here to, like, kill us. Because the Vapor Snag will keep us from dying. Unless he's smart and he, like, transmutes... Well, no, he didn't bounce a thing yet. I'm guessing maybe... No, I don't think he can kill us and transmute for a Pact of Negation. I don't believe he has enough mana to do that. However, if he gives the if he gives the Titan +2/+0 in Vigilance and Haste, or no, this is just yeah. If he does this, I don't think he can Ballista this turn. So what is his plan here? I don't understand. Oh, he's just trying to put a counter on Ballista. I see. Yeah, oh man, I don't even know how this can possibly go right at this point. Yeah, now he can actually go for, like, Pact of Negation. Which means, actually, well, this is, I guess I should have Vapor Snagged it there. That sucks. No, he looked for Summoner's Pact. That's surprising. Alright. Summoner's Pact is fine. Sure. I'm gonna Vapor Snag this. I'm not letting you attack and get 2 more lands. I think maybe he thought he was gonna get to use the Summoner's Pact in addition to the Primeval Titan triggers to put more lands in play this turn. He should have got Negation, I think. Alright. Well, I think Spreading Seas into Lord of Atlantis is probably the only way we win at the moment. You know what? Yeah, that's still incredibly dubious, but that's not helpful at all. We can threaten to kill him, though. Like, he has to block here, or otherwise he's at risk of dying. Oh, we have, if we activate Vial? Yeah, okay. No, alright. Alright, well, now I think we died a Primeval Titan. Because he still has 2, 4... Yeah, he still has enough mana to cast 1. He can't cast it and give it haste, though. That is the cool thing. Titan by itself... well, no, he's gonna get... No, never mind. I don't know. I guess maybe he only has 1 Boros Garrison. So, I don't know if he can give it haste. Well, how would he do this? He has to get like a bounce land and another land that produces red or white. So he can bounce this back to his hand. Yeah, so he has to get like a Selesnya Sanctuary and another... Well, no, that'll work. Just a Sanctuary because that'll untap, give him the white mana, and then he can tap this for red, bounce this back to his hand, play it, and then he can do it again. Now, I guess the question is, how many of these does he have in his deck? Yeah. That actually, I don't think that does it. I think he might get to put another counter in Ballista. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he returned Kohani Garden to his hand, so now he's got more blockers. Yeah, and now he has enough mana to activate Ballista to put it to 2. Which I think he's just going to kill Lord of Atlantis now. Yeah, that makes sense. No, he's gonna wait to see what we do. So how is this gonna work here? Biomancer. Let's adapt it. Spreading Seas is not helpful at this point. The Primeval Titan, unfortunately, is going to kill us. We can't attack into this Ballista, and he can just use, like, he has enough mana to kill off our entire board. So, alright, we've lost in this. Our board is going to get wiped next turn, and we can't come back from that. That sucks. Alright. I hate this deck so much. It's so stupid. Spreading Seas is absolutely stone cold useless against this deck. Dismember is fine if it kills Azusa, but like otherwise it's not great. Mistcaller is kind of dead. But at the same... Well, here's the other thing, though. Mistcaller is a 1-drop, and we need to... Yeah, I think I'd rather have another Dismember for Azusa. I don't know, even like Dismember and Titan might not be the worst thing if he gives it double strike. And... Alright, we'll just do it like this, I guess. Damn it. Alright, this is fine. We gotta keep this. Just hope he doesn't have, like, explosives or, like, a ridiculous nut draw. But that's the... Amulet has a lot of those draws. Like, there is a ton of ways that it can go wrong for us. It's a pretty poor matchup. Alright, let's get this over with. Turn 1 Teleria West means that... You know what? Turn 2 Vial is not the best, but I think we still have to do it. And I'm not going to tap out. I want him to feel like I have Spell Pierce. He might just be planning on, like, playing a bounce land this turn with, like, an Amulet. Engineered Explosives on 1, that's actually fine. It's not on 2. 2 is way more dangerous at the moment. Sure. It does mean, unfortunately, we're not going to be playing this Biomancer anytime in the near future. I think I'm inclined to just hold up Trickster, and then if he doesn't do anything, then we can adapt the Benthic Biomancer. He may not crack this explosives for a little while, though, but you know what? He's actually very far away from being able to win, so let's get in damage with Lord. I like this plan better. Now he might see this as a little bit more of a threat. And I think if he taps out this turn... No, he's just going to do it now. That's fine. This is okay. We can play... Yeah, we'll just play this Biomancer. Attack for 2. He's got a pretty slow start this time. But I mean, it could still go wrong at any second now if he draws like Azusa and Amulet, so... We don't have the fastest clock in the world, unfortunately. Okay, Coalition Relic is fine. We can bounce that back to his hand. And I think I'm inclined to do that because bouncing it back to his hand keeps him off of 6 mana for next turn. Because he can put a charge counter on it and then tap it for mana so he could have Titan mana up. So, yeah, let's get this shit out of here. I don't want him casting Titan next turn, if at all possible. Path, not amazing, but, you know, sucks. He has 7 cards in hand. That's really dangerous, but fortunately, we're just really good at this game, so let's get in maximum damage right now while we still can. Get rid of Oboro. Get in for 3. We'll hold up the Trickster for when Titan finally makes it into play, so that we can keep it from attacking at the very least. And maybe that'll be good enough to get there. Alright, what are you going to find? Like explosives, walking ballista, amulet. Lots of really dangerous things. Kalhani Garden is probably like the best thing for us that he could have found. It's slow mana. Yeah, sure, he replays Relic, which means next turn he will have Titan mana up. His 1/1 blocker is not of any concern to me. If we're lucky, alright, well, we're not lucky, but... The question is, do I adapt this now? I don't think I want to adapt it just yet. Even if I draw a Lord, I'd still rather have Trickster. The only time I'm going to adapt it is if I feel like I'm in imminent danger of dying to something dumb. I'm not inclined to dig for, like, Wizard's Retort just yet. I want to hold this up for next turn, possibly. Sure. And actually, if he just plays Titan and can't do anything else, then Trickster can kill him. So we'll have 3, 6, 9, 11 damage on board. So just tapping out for a Titan is not actually... Well, well, maybe not. He could actually find, fuck, what's it called? Kaiba Crossroads. And go to 12 life, so we might actually have to draw a Lord. But we still get a chance to do it with this. Okay, Teleria West is good for us. That means that it's likely he doesn't have a Titan in hand, so he's going to get, like, Summoner's Pact. No, Engineered Explosives. That's actually much worse for us. But I don't know. He might not be able to crack it this turn. If he just plays Explosives and can't crack it, then I'm going to flash in Trickster and try to kill him. X equals 1 means that he's probably in a lot of danger of dying. Do I want... I guess we should adapt because it's theoretically possible that we draw something better than Trickster. No, alright, that's fine. That means we're not going to draw a bad card next turn. And the fact that he went for that means he does not have a Titan in hand, because he could have cast it if he had it. So, well, okay, we'll wait for the end step. Just to be safe. Alright. Because now this is a 2-turn clock. There's not... So, I guess... No, there is reason to do this, because now if we play it, then any one creature kills him. And he's already used 2 explosives, which means he's not likely to have another sweeper. It also makes it a lot harder for Ballista to save his ass. Alright, F6. Yep, you got a Titan. Or no, you got Hornet Queen. Alright. Hornet Queen still loses to Cryptic Command. Silvergill, unfortunately, is not good enough here. So we're just casting it the hard way. I guess so we have 1 Biomancer left in the deck. I guess we're holding this up just in case. We cannot attack into these at the moment. We're looking for Cryptic Command to tap all of his guys. Sideboard. Yeah, we took out all the Spreading Seas, so it is literally just Cryptic at this point. Unfortunately, we have no other way to push through enough damage. Unless he gets greedy and he makes an attack where we can draw Trickster and tap 1 so his combat math is off. But now he's got a ton of time to try to find a way to get out of this. Yeah, see, now he can Teleria West, get like Summoner's Pact. Please not another Explosives. I could not survive that. Alright, yeah, he's got Pact. The question is, does he have another mana? Yep, you got a so he's got Titan online this turn. The good thing is we still have Cryptic as a possible draw. Cryptic off the top wins the game. Right? Yeah, so I guess that's what we're hoping for. Yep, that's fine. You gain 2 life. That means he can make slightly better attacks now, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't deal with that. Aether Vial is not going to get there. There's not really any reason not to play Vial, I guess. Yeah, we cannot attack, so we're just passing. It means Titan's going to be very dangerous this turn because it can actually find like another Titan. Still on the Cryptic or Bust plan. I think maybe I should just start jumping into the competitive leagues just because the metagame is so much more predictable than this. Like, there are way too many decks that just, like, it's so hard to metagame against it properly. Like, my sheet, just looking at the number of different decks I played against in the last, like, 40 matches, it's insane. Like, it's like, I want to say, like, 33 different decks I've played so far out of 40. Like, how the hell do you combat that? Well, no, it's not, I think it's actually, like, 30. But it's, like, definitely way beyond 50% of them are just unique decks. You cannot possibly metagame to, like, beat, you know, 20 to 30 different decks. It's not going to be possible. The question is here, do we kill the Titan? Does he return Teleria West back to his hand? So he totally has the option of getting another Titan in play. We could block and kill this Titan, but I don't think it really matters that much. Like, we're either going to draw Cryptic this turn or we're going to die. Yeah. Yep. Walking Ballista is very... Yeah, that's one of the reasons I didn't want to block. Alright, if we don't draw Cryptic this turn, we lose. Lord of Atlantis, unfortunately, is not going to be enough, I don't think. Because you can Walking Ballista for X equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 will be enough to kill. So I don't know. Maybe it's okay, but I don't think it is. I think we're just straight up dead now. We've lost to Amulet Titan because, you know, this is another reason I think Wasteland should be in this format, because no deck should get to play fucking Soul Lands in a format that doesn't have a way to punish it. That's the same thing, like, you know, why do we have Mox Opal in this format? Like, there is a fucking Mox in Modern, and no, that seems like that's okay. We have all this ridiculous, like, fast mana nonsense, but none of the tools that, like, Legacy has to actually deal with the fast mana decks. And I think that's a lot of the reason why Modern is such a degenerate, like, linear wasteland. Like, cards that slow the game down, like Wasteland and Force of Will, just don't exist here. Yeah, this is fine. So now I have to block with... Yeah, I have to block Titan or I'm dead. Well, actually, it doesn't matter, because it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, our Walking Ballista already kills us. We lose. Fantastic! Alright, let's get this last match over with. Is there another unwinnable matchup you want to put us in? Like, well, I should not say Amulet Titan's unwinnable, but it's definitely like one of the decks I prefer not to like. It's one of my least favorite matchups, I guess. We have a very hard time with it, and again, like, there are a lot of people who think that, you know, it's fine and you can get there, but it's not. I don't think that it's as much you winning as it is the deck losing to mulliganing, and it's another example of a deck that's just going to get insanely fucking stronger with the London Mulligan. So I'm glad that that's the sort of deck that we're enabling with this nonsense. I'm sure that Modern will be better for having done so. Well, we want a die roll. We have a keepable hand, I think, so sure. R.I.P. Fair Magic, I guess. No, I don't want to pass through your entire turn. Sure. So here's what's gonna happen. Fuck no. We're up against humans, right? Yeah. Oh no, that's just a cigarette. So up against humans. Let's get... How do we do this here? Get Master out first? Well, no, because if he plays Champion and another thing, then... What's more important? If we draw another Lord next turn, we definitely want to play another Lord, so let's play this first. Because we can always reveal Master of Waves to Silvergill Adept. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. You got, like, Thalia, Champion, and Champion. Great. Nah, I should have waited to do this. We'll get punished if we draw Mutavault. Alright, Trickster's fine. I don't want to attack yet because we need the Devotion for Master of Waves. I guess we're holding up Spell Pierce in case, like... I don't really think there's much that he's going to play that's going to matter here. I don't think they main deck Path. Well, they actually might have like a couple. It's hard to say. Like, their deck has to be almost entirely creatures. Like, Aether Vial is probably the only thing, but sometimes they'll play Collected Company, and sometimes they'll play, like, Path to Exile. So having Spell Pierce is not the worst idea for this turn anyway. If he plays Path, I'm definitely Spell Piercing it. If he plays anything that I can hit with this Pierce, I'm definitely doing it, because it's basically the only thing that you can actually use to get value. No, he's going to play like Meddling Mage, I bet. And yep, he's going to name Master of Waves, because that's the card he knows I have in my hand. The only way he's not naming Master of Waves is if he has Reflector Mage, and he's going to just bounce whatever card he names next turn. He names Lord of Atlantis. Okay. Interesting. I don't think he's in a position to attack, though. So, we're casting Master of Waves this turn. We can't actually, well, you know what, no, I'm fine with attacking with Silvergill, because if he wants to trade anything with that, that's cool with me. We'll get in damage with it. Anything can trade with it, and I'm happy. Okay. Surprised he didn't name Master Waves, because I showed it to him off of Silvergill. Excuse me. But I mean, we had the option of just Trickstering it down next turn if we drew Lord anyway, so it wasn't, like, amazingly impressive. If he has Path, though, that's going to suck. Alright, this looks like Thalia's Lieutenant. No, just Thalia. That's actually way better. Because he can't make any reasonable attacks just yet. Spell Pierce is fine because it protects us from a Path if he has it. Unfortunately, we can't realistically do a whole lot right now. I think we're just waiting. We'll flash in Trickster in the end step and see if we can make a reasonable attack then. Or if he plays a human, I might, you know, Trickster this Champion of the Parish. No, it looks like Reflector Mage. Can't do anything about that, I guess. However, I can Merfolk Trickster the big champion. Yep. We really need, like, Spreading Seas to push through damage, but unfortunately, this is not helpful to us. Because now he just has, like, a bunch of 4/4s that we can't realistically beat without Master. If he plays Mantis Rider, we're in a lot of trouble. This might be Bugler. Yep. So this is kind of dangerous. Damn, he had a really good start here. Our start was kind of clunky, and it did not line up well against his Reflector Mage interaction. This sucks. Well, I don't think we have a choice. I think we have to take 10. Because we have to keep the devotion up for Master. Yeah, we're going to play Biomancer because Spell Pierce is basically dead anyway. I don't think he's doing anything relevant with it. If he just has another Reflector Mage or like Phantasmal Image, we just lose, so... However, let's see. It's going to take 3 tokens to kill each one of these, so that's enough to trade with those. I'm fine with taking those to the face, but I do need to attack him for something. Sure. That's fine. As it still threatens to kill him. Don't Path to Exile my Master of Waves. Or don't Reflector Mage it. Alright, we're dead. We lose. Humans had it all. That's fine. Alright, we're bringing in Gut Shot. Bring in Dismember. Cryptic Command is going to be kind of hard to cast, I think, with Thalia. But this, well, actually, no. Wizard's Retort is going to be more dead. And Spell Pierce is going to be dead. I think Cryptic actually can be fine. Because it's kind of like a Spreading Seas. But we might rather just have Echoing Truth instead. That's kind of hard because I don't really have a lot else I want to take out. I guess I kind of want the Mistcallers just to be on the aggro plan. Master of Waves is okay, but it's not amazing. If we're on the play, maybe Master's fine. Ugh, I don't know how we... I kind of want Echoing Truth, but at the same time, I also kind of don't. No, let's do it like this. Yeah, we gotta keep this. It's not the best deck, but it's not the best, but it's far from the worst. Alright. We just... Every time we keep getting punished with these one-land Vile hands, but what else are you gonna do? This is definitely not looking amazing. Alright, well... we have to slow them down. I cannot possibly beat a line where he's going to go like turn 2 Mantis Rider, so have to keep them off of that. Yeah. Auriok Champion is kind of dangerous to our health, so let's put Biomancer in play first so he doesn't gain any life. Interestingly enough, Auriok Champion's immune to our removal. So, I think what we do here is, if he plays Thalia's Lieutenant and makes it bigger, we can just Violin Lord of Atlantis and then block and trade with it. Which I'm okay with that, but we have to get Vile out this turn so then we can start ticking this one up to 4 for Master of Waves. If he also plays just Noble Hierarch and attacks with this thing, then we can still trade with it. This looks like Mantis Rider. Yeah, that sucks. Nope. Alright. I mean, this is not the fastest start from them, but the Mantis Rider is still a hard thing to get past. Alright, yeah, So the problem is that for this turn, if we draw a 2-drop, we're going to be screwed. However, I think that's a gamble we have to take because... Alright, that's actually fine. So we can actually Spreading Seas Horizon Canopy here, well, I mean, we could also... No, if we Spreading Seas that, we get to attack with Biomancer unblockably anyway. And this is a turn to get Seas out. Alright, that's actually fine. Next turn we can go Master of Waves, Master of the Pearl Trident, get some. We can still maybe get him with Mistcaller if he goes for Auriok Champion. And we can actually attack with Mutavault next turn too. That's gonna be kind of cool. The Spreading Seas also keeps him off of a Path to Exile. So if he's casting Vile, I'm guessing he's going to cast like Noble Hierarch. No, Phantasmal Image. Yeah, that's what that is. Yep. So we're racing him now. Sure. So he's got a 3-turn clock, but I think we could have a 2-turn clock actually. Our clock is actually a little bit better than his at the moment. The Mistcaller might give us some protection from a Vial. Yeah, that's fine. His life total is not that big a deal. We're ticking both of these up. And we're just going to smack him for a ton of damage. Is there a reason to play Island this turn? Yes, I think. So we could adapt Biomancer. Let's see. Well, we are definitely putting Master of the Pearl Trident in play. He's going to gain a lot of life off of this Master of Waves if we do that. So I'm not going to put Master Waves in play unless I absolutely have to, because that's going to put him far out of reach with Ariak Champion. However, this turn it does let us attack him for a... I think this is still fine, so we'll do it like this. They all have Island Walk, so yeah, he is going to die next turn if he doesn't do anything. He'll play the island, sure. So he has to do something now or he's dead. Even bouncing one Lord is not enough. Okay. Alright. What do you got? I don't think Thalia's Lieutenant is good enough here. That only attacks me for 8 in the air. I can still... Well, if I can also put Master Waves in play still. Alright, I think he's dead. I don't think there's anything he can do here. Because this is only an attack for 10. Yeah, I'm fine with this. We'll go to 3. Vial on 1 is not enough. There is no reason to dick around with Master Waves here. It's just going to give him a ton of life. We already have Lethal on board. Let's not let him know that it's still in the deck. I mean, he sees Vial on 4, so he probably knows that it's here, but we're not going to... Yeah, okay, we're super protected now. Alright, we got there. So, on the draw, let's see. Do I change anything on the draw here? Maybe I don't believe in Master Waves in the draw, especially if he has Ariak Champion, so I'm more inclined to play Echoing Truths. Other than that, I don't think I want to change anything. Okay, this is fine. We have some interaction. The only thing that sucks is we can't play Biomancer on turn 1, but that does mean we get to have up like Snag and Dismember if we want. Cavern, is this a Vial hand? Yep. Okay. We really want to draw a fishy. Alright, that's not a fishy. So what do we do here? We can play Biomancer and then hold up these in turn 2, and if nothing happens, adapt, and we'll find a fish for this eventually. We can always discard a land if we need to. Okay, he's one land Vile Hand. Alright, this is good. So, let's attack with Biomancer first, then we'll play Silvergill. Will we? No, he doesn't have any way, like, he'd have to, like, Violand Hierarch and draw a land to, like, have Mantis Rider for next turn. I think I'm willing to accept that. No, well, we don't need that. I really want to get Silvergill in play, like, as soon as possible. Because then that lets us make, like, a huge attack the turn afterwards by, like, using Dismember and Snag. It also helps inform our decisions when we draw the card for it. Here's the other thing, though. If we Spreading Seas the Cavern of Souls, well, that's not going to be as effective, though, because he can still... He has Aether Vials to put his guys in play. Alright, let's attack first and just see what happens. Alright. So I think I want to put creatures on the board. Alright. You have to have creatures on board in order to win this matchup. So I think that just playing out creatures when we can is good. And we can save Trickster to do stuff in the middle of combat. He didn't have a 1-drop in his hand. That's surprising. So this turn he might have something like Thalia. Oh, that's beautiful. So let's say he has Thalia now. Now because I have Lord of Atlantis in play, I'm inclined to play Spreading Seas in this cavern. I don't want to attack into Thalia, though. It'll cost me 2 mana to cast whatever spell I'm going to play. But if he Vials, like, what other 2-drops could he bring in? Meddling Mage? Like, I guess I'm fine with that. I don't think he's going to block. If he brings in Thalia, we can just, like, snag it back. And, I mean, that kind of sucks, but at the same time, we do what we gotta do. Also, I think they normally side that out. That's fine. Let's do this. Show me your tricks. What do you got? No, he's not blocking with anything. That's good. Then that means I'm going to Spreading Seas this now, so that way I have Lord of Atlantis up in the future. Gut Shot is huge. That card's going to be really important. Because now if he's going to go, like, try to Violin Mantis Rider and, like, Violin Phantasmal Image, I'm definitely going to dismember the Mantis Rider. I'll wait till he declares attacks, though. If this is just Reflector Mage, it's not that bad. Alright, cool. Alright, now is our time. Now we're gonna definitely dismember this. Now he's gonna have to copy one of our creatures. But that's also cool. If he copies Silvergill Adept... Oh no, okay, he has Ariak Champion, that's fine. That's not a big deal. This is actually really good, because now we can just attack him for a ton. Oh, that's even better. Alright, so we're definitely playing Lord of Atlantis. The question is, do we want to hold up Gut Shot or Vapor Snag? He has 2 cards left in hand, and he hasn't been putting a lot of creatures in play, which makes me think he has a bunch of stuff like Reflector Mage, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to put Lord in play. We'll attack him for 5. We'll hold up Trickster and maybe pretend that we're going to adapt. Sure. But we have Island Walk now, so he's not blocking anything. We'll see how we can get him here. There's a possibility we might want to use Vapor Snag at some point in the near future, if we think that we can get a good attack in. I think it's likely that Lord of Atlantis is going to get Reflector Mage back to our hand. If he attacks with Ariak Champion, I will definitely be Trickstering it. Bugler, okay, well that's not the worst thing that could happen at this point. It's like his version of Silvergill Adept, except just a little bit stronger. Yeah, Reflector Mage sucks. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Sure. Thalia's Lieutenant. I'm going to actually kill the Thalia's Lieutenant right now. So, end step, we can Trickster down the Militia Bugler, and we can attack him for a ton. I might even be inclined to attack with Lord of Atlantis. He has one card in hand, and we know it's Reflector Mage. He's at 15. I mean, he's not in a good spot at the moment, to be honest. Let's adapt Biomancer first. Let's see if we draw something more relevant than this island. That is definitely more relevant than the island. Alright, how do we do this here? We could actually Vapor Snag Ariok Champion back to his hand right now, and then we get to attack for 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. And then even... We could also bounce both of these vials back. That's a legitimate line. If we bounce both the vials back, then he has to draw a land if he wants to cast Reflector Mage. I'm almost inclined to do that. So... If he trades with Lord of Atlantis, am I okay with that? Means it's less life he's going to gain, but then we lose our unblockable. We're not going to be able to attack next turn with the Lord, unfortunately. However, we can play Silvergill next turn, so... Alright. I guess it doesn't really matter what order we do this in. But we can have Silvergill and Vapor Snag up for next turn. But yeah, let's smack him for 9. We're gonna get hit for a little bit, but that's fine. Because we can play Silvergill, and if we draw another Lord, then we can just try to kill him. If we Echoing Truth this back to his hand, though, yeah, then he might not draw a land, so he may not be able to cast Reflector Mage. That was a mistake, I think. I think he wanted to try to draw... I think he should have waited to see if he could draw a land. No, he gave up. Alright, well, we ended up going 2 and 3, so... We did beat humans. Well, yeah, alright, how did this go? Let's see, what was it? We beat humans, I don't even remember. I know we lost against the red-white prison deck. Damn it, what were the other ones? Well, let's check. Replay, tell me what I forgot about. Yeah. Oh yeah, the blue-white taxes deck, we lost against that because he top-decked the path in the turn that he needed to top-deck it. And then, yeah, the Mold of 5. And what was the other one? Here. Yeah. Oh yeah, this was the prison. Yeah, the prison deck. Yep. So we lost to that, and then no here. So this one, this was, oh yeah, Grixis Shadow. We did beat Grixis Shadow. Yeah, that was fine, and then we lost to Amulet Titan, so. I mean, the matches we lost were kind of rough. You know, mulligans, top decks, like, just bad matchups in general. Playing lots of cards that are really dangerous for our deck. You know, it kind of sucks, but we beat humans in Grixis Death Shadow, which that's kind of those are like real decks that we actually want to see. Like they're not just like ridiculous random decks like Red White Prison or like Blue White Taxes that no you never like see those in a tier 1 meta most of the time. So I mean, it kind of shows that the decks that are in the tier 1 meta that we're built to beat, we can do pretty well against them for the most part. Probably Amulet Titan is one of the ones that we're going to always struggle against. That's always going to be there. Like any deck that's like I said, any deck that's playing like any 2 or more of the 3 most dangerous cards, which is Walking Ballista, Engineered Explosives, or Ensnaring Bridge, are probably going to have good matchups against us. But it is what it is. So I guess that's what we got tonight. The pairings are as they are, and we did the best we could. So that's all for now. I probably won't be streaming tomorrow, is my guess. Maybe on Saturday afternoon. Yeah, and at some point I am going to show off this deck. This is a really fun one that I play for fun sometimes. Okay, MTGO, like, could you? Yeah, here we go. I will play this a little bit because if this is a really just dumb, janky, stupid deck, but it's actually ridiculously powerful and can get like turn 1 or turn 2 kills with it. So there will be at some point I will do a stream playing this off a little bit so everybody can see. And yeah, I will get back to playing like old school video games at some point too. I do want to play one of like the Doom mods. Like I don't know, I forget if I had Project Brutality or Brutal Doom set up, but one of those two I'm gonna have to get reinstalled in this machine. I had it on my old PC before I replaced it, but I never bothered to put it back on here, so once I figure that out, then I'll probably do a few sessions of that. And it'll probably be in 4 parts because there are 4 different sets of 9 levels apiece, so we'll do it like that. So anyway, that's what we got for tonight, and we did not get to test out Ceremony Suggestion because for some reason we didn't play against any Tron decks this time. But they're definitely out there in force, so I feel like I really want this here just in case. Alright, well, we'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Follow me at Lord Magicus on Twitter to check out some of my awesome Merfolk memes. Good night.